Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Jess and I are the only ones who have seen the new season opener of Picard, season 3. We won't get into the nuances of that show till you guys get a chance to see it. But the entire Next Generation cast is coming back for this season. And it was a really good episode. I'm not going to say it was great, fantastic, woo.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of things that tugged at the heartstrings.
It was a good open to the season.
It was good. And they've got a lot more to build on because not everybody showed up in that first episode.
Right.
So they got some building to do. It was really good. It was great seeing who they brought back for that episode. And in talking about the music, I mean, naturally you've got the Picard theme that they've been using the last couple of seasons. But what caught me off guard was the end credits. The episode ended and I'm just like, oh man, that was a good episode. I can't wait for the next one. But then they kicked in the main theme from Star Trek First Contact as the end credit music. And I lost it again.
He was over the moon. Over the moon.
I love the Generation score.
Yeah.
I love that First Contact score, probably just a hair better. And when that hit, I just melted. Hearing the big swells of, oh my gosh, because First Contact is the definitive Next Generation movie.
Yep.
I agree.
But man, that opening thing, and now hearing it Picard, I was like, oh my gosh, I melted. It's been a good couple of weeks for music for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, First Contact is to Next Generation as like Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
Is to the OG. Yeah.
Yeah, I agreed.
Yeah, I love Generations just as much. Generation still holds my record, if I'm not mistaken, for most times in a theater. I saw it 7 times. Only got to see Afterlife 6 times, I believe. So, but First Contact was up there too. I think I only saw it 5 or 6 times in the theater. But one of the biggest thrills for me with First Contact is when it released in '96. They had the 30th anniversary convention in Huntsville for Star Trek, and they had all the original actors there. That's where I got to meet all of them from the original series. And they had a little bit of the Next Gen crew, but they were busy filming and wrapping up First Contact. But Blockbuster Video had a booth down on the vendor floor. And everybody was wondering because everybody's like, okay, the Enterprise D crashed in Generations. So Enterprise D's got to show up somewhere. And we kept thinking that they were going to debut the Enterprise E at this 30th anniversary convention. And not a peep, not a word. Well, Blockbuster Video had the 1-sheet poster of the big board cube with the Enterprise about that big on it. And I've got a picture in my photo album where I went and I snapped a picture. I'm like, that's the new Enterprise.
Oh man.
Oh, I got so excited.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nerd.
Big old nerd. But if you've never played Star Trek Online, which that game's been out 10 years now?
Yeah, it's been out for a while,
Yeah, well, I bought the lifetime membership, the lifetime subscription back when it first came out for like $100. So I've still got access to it, even though I haven't played it in a couple of years. But in Star Trek Online, that's where they debuted the canon Enterprise F.
Yep.
And that they're going to officially reveal it to anybody who's not played the game or seen the ship. It's going to be in the season of Picard.
Oh, really? Ooh.
Yeah. So the Enterprise F is coming.
Good.
They already announced it. That's not a
good deal.
Shocker.
Good deal.
But it's kind of an Intrepid class. I think it's Intrepid class. I'm not sure, but it's got that Voyager feel to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's going to be the new Enterprise. So they've shown it on the promos. So I will say, Bo, you and I were talking at lunch about the Titan and how ready you were to see it.
Yeah.
And the Titan is in the first episode.
Yeah, I got to catch up. Like I watched the first season. I gotta get on season 2 and get on 3 of Picard.
Mhm.
It's good, especially if you love Q. Good.
Oh yeah.
Man. But the
The
Titan.
ultimate plot device.
Yep.
Mhm.
And how they wrapped him up. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh, I'll shut up. But the Titan shows up as a, the original Enterprise was a Constitution class
Yeah.
ship, and the Titan is the Neo Constitution. So it looks kind of like the original Enterprise, but with some modifications.
Mm-hmm.
It's sharp looking.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Oh my gosh. If I could build a life-size just ship, a whole fleet, I would.
Yeah.
I love those ships so much.
Mhm.
Then you'd have enough room to put your collectible stuff.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh man, here we are talking about ships too.
Oh,
Hmm.
I've got so many ships. Oh my gosh.
Talking about ships, I'll put a ship within my ship, and all the
Yeah.
ships will have rudders.
I've talked for since I was a teenager about buying all the Star Trek ships. I need to get some. I only own 2. I have the Playmates Generations Enterprise,
Uh-huh.
and I have a Diamond Select All Good Things Enterprise D, the triple
Oh,
nacelle. Those are my 2 I have. I was like, those are. Like I said, I'm a sucker for next gen. Like I said, I like classic Star Trek, but I'm with you. Next gen will always be my core Trek.
Yeah. Golly,
Because I know you got all, from what I remember, how you used to have your previous office, you had all the ships of Enterprise through at
And
least.
then-
got 'em all.
And then in the episode of Picard.
Oh, you hush.
Okay. I'll hush.
I didn't have. They never made the Enterprise C.
That's
for
right.
Some reason.
Yeah,
They never made it.
and to me, that's one of the
for
coolest looking
Playmates.
ones.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Hang on a second, I got it right here.
I mean, even though for those who've watched Next Gen, even though we know how it ends, I would be okay if they did a prequel series with the Enterprise C.
There it is.
Yep.
Who was the
That's
captain
not
of the
big
Enterprise?
enough to put any of your collectibles on.
What is it?
Shooter
Ship for
McGavin.
ants.
There's no rudder on that ship.
Let's see.
So that's Enterprise C. Rachel Garrett.
Yeah.
What was she? Was she the captain of?
That's what I'm going. I'm going to Wikipedia here. Or
Was she the captain of the C or the B? Was she the first captain of the Enterprise B, or was she the captain of the C?
Let's see.
She was one of them.
Mm.
See, I'm not looking. I want to see which one it is. I want to be surprised.
Yeah, I see.
Rachel Garrett was a 24th century human female who served as a Federation Starfleet officer and by 2344 had attained the rank of captain commanding the Ambassador class USS Enterprise C.
Okay.
Got it
Sorry, Bo.
right.
No, you're good.
Nailed it.
Nerd.
But I'm not gonna lie. They mentioned Rachel Garrett in this first episode of Picard,
Nice.
and they didn't allude to her in any fashion. It's like they said her name and moved
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
And
yeah.
And my ears immediately perked up. I'm like, I looked at Jess. I'm like, she's the captain of the Enterprise C.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're such a geek. You're such a Trek nerd. Yes. And there it is right there. That's her ship right there.
Yep.
I'll show it again. That's the Enterprise C. I love that ship. But this is Eagle Moss before they went Tango uniform bankrupt. They were releasing these ships and they had the little stands, and I'm not going to reach back over and get the stand, but they had the little stands. I will say this much. They have a bar in this episode of Picard that they like give or they sell little replica ships of old, and the Enterprise D is sitting there, and it's in an Eagle Moss, one of these.
Oh wow.
It's got the stand that there's a stand, and I dropped it, so I'm not going to.
I
Yeah.
thought they didn't have money in Star Trek.
Huh?
I thought they didn't have money. Why would they be selling stuff?
Gold pressed latinum.
Yeah, the
Oh, that's right.
The
Ferengis.
Ferengi.
The Ferengis are doing it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure
The
they got some-
capitalist of Star Trek.
Yeah, with the wonderful teeth and ears. But the stand is the Eagle Moss Hero Collector stand, and I'm like, well, that's where all the extra supply of the bankruptcy went to. Is Paramount bought them all up and stuck them in Picard behind the bar. So, and I'm like, oh, I have a couple of those. but they make some references to those little models in the bar, so I'm not going to say anything else about it. But Picard's off to a great start so far. New episodes drop on Thursdays,
I believe so.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be one of our watch every week, especially now that I know that First Contact music's in the credits. I'll watch the entire thing. The music of Star Trek is some of the most special music in all of sci-fi. It's up there to me with John Williams of Star Wars.
Mm.
And the way it opened and the way it closed, it had a very next gen feel to it.
Yeah. So yeah, when y'all get caught up, we'll chat.
Okay.
More. But so there's your music and Trek thing.
Thang.